What is up, YouTube? It is TheSuperNamek, and once again I'm bringing you another deck profile for the July 2015 ban list. And like I promised you in the match that I posted previously, it will be my Volcanic deck profile. However, in the video I was playing cards like Chain and Max C in the deck. Since then I have changed it since the format has changed. And let's get straight into the deck profile, guys. So right off the bat we play 3 Volcanic Rocket. More or less, this searches your draw power for the deck, the new trap card, Blaze Accelerator, Reload, and you can either get it from the deck, or if you need to, you can get it from the graveyard, depending on how the game's going. I play 3 Volcanic Shell. It's fodder for the Blaze Accelerator Reload, so that way you can draw at the end of your opponent's main phase. Also, it thins out your deck relentlessly, so you get to your key pieces faster. I do play the 3 Volcanic Scattershot. This is what allows you to Raigeki your opponent's board during his turn and burns you for 1500. So this card's integral to the deck. And then a lot of people only play 2. I play 3 Royal Firestorm guards, because you do manage to funnel your Volcanics into your graveyard very fast, and this puts it back in so you can Raigeki again and let you get 2 cards deeper into your deck, so I think it's pretty good. Now for the tech cards. I do play 2 Summoner Monk. This was a lot better when we had Volcanic. However, it still has some purpose because it still gets the Volcanic Rocket out of your deck to search the Blaze Accelerator Reload. So this card's still very good, and I think it's still very necessary in the deck. I've been tinkering around with this. I like it, but at the same time I don't. But like I said, I think it's better in theory than it's in practice, but I'm still testing it. But I am playing 2 Mathematician for 2 reasons. It kind of mitigates the loss of the Lavalval chain, of not being able to go into Monk, Rocket, into Reload, and then get the Lavalval chain to send the Shell, because that was one of the best plays in the deck. But I find myself a lot of the times not opening the Monk or the Rocket, but I open the Blaze Accelerator Reload anyway and nothing to go with it, and then I would draw and I would open like the Max C, and that would do nothing for me. Whereas if I open the Mathematician, I can summon it, send the Shell, and then thin my deck by 1 by getting another copy of Shell for its effect, and then my Blaze Accelerator Reload turns on so I can go deeper into the deck, and if it gets destroyed by battle, I get a draw card. So in theory it seems really good, and I like it. I'm going to continue to test it to see if I keep it in the deck, but I'm not 100% sure right now. And then the last card I do play is the 1 Thunder King. It's a good anti-meta deck card. On to the spells. I play 3 Pot of Duality. Sifting through the deck is key, and getting to your key pieces is really important in this deck. I play 3 Magic Planner. Some people only play 2. I play 3 because more or less it's Pot of Greed. And your Pot of Greed's really good. I do play the Upstarts. I was playing it in tandem with Lavalval Chain for a long time because you could stack cards on the top of your deck and get what you want. But it also is a 37 card theory, and I want to see my key pieces faster than I actually want to stack cards and get them that way. So this card's still very good in the deck. I only play 2 Space. Back row isn't really that big of a problem. The only thing is that's really a huge problem is like your Volcanic Rockets and stuff like that getting Fiendish Chained, and that's where this card comes into play. And then the only one I play is 1 Raigeki. Onto the trap, 3 of the new card, Blaze Accelerator Reload. This basically just replace Blaze Accelerator, hands down, and basically get the deck new life. You discard a Volcanic card during either player's main phase, and then you get draw a card. And then the second effect, you can banish it from your graveyard to send any Volcanic from your deck to the graveyard. That's what made Scattershot really good, and that's what basically, like I said, gave this deck new life. For the other traps, I do play 3 Lose 1 turns. Other than the Monk, I very rarely special summon in this deck. And this deck's really slow anyway. Like, I'm not going to make any huge game pushes at any time in the point, and then this just slows the game down and makes it a lot easier for me to play against you versus all these other faster decks. For 2, I do play 2 Jar of Avarice. This deck and Yang Zing are the only 2 decks I play this card in, just because I feel like this card was made for, like, it wasn't like, it's not archetype specific, but I feel like it was made specifically for the deck, because one of the neat plays you can do with it is you've already had the Scattershots in grave. It kind of puts your opponents into a false sense of security. And then you activate the Reload from the graveyard as Chainlink 1, because you still have Volcanics in the deck. Like, you still have probably Rockets, or you might have a Shell still in the deck. And then as Chainlink 2, you activate the Jar of Avarice, targeting your Scattershots and 2 other cards. So this results putting the Scattershots back in the deck. You draw a card, and then you send the Scattershot off of the Blaze Accelerator Reload. So this card has a very nice, unique ability in this deck, and it gives it another way of Raigeking your opponent during their turn, and it's just really good. And then I also play 2 Fiendish Chain. Effect negation is really good in this deck. Plus, it's a good chump blocker. I would play 3, but since I'm playing the Jar of Avarice, I can recycle all my cards. And then the last card to play is the one Vanity's Emptiness, because I feel like it's the best one of. and then that is the main board. Onto the extra deck. Like I said, it's all generic force, and I rarely go into it. The only card I really make is Emerald, but other than that, the one Dweller, it's good against Graveyard. I do play the one Ragna Zero. It is good against Cleaforts, and it's really good against Yosenju. I play the one Rhapsody. I feel like this is becoming a staple. I do play the one Diamond Crab King because Cliffort is my worst matchup, and this is my out to towers. The one Ptolemaeus because it gives me access to diamonds. I play two Emerald because the recyclability in the deck is very important, and to be perfectly honest, if I go into XYZs, these are the only two cards I make. And then I like having the fact that I can make this card, and then if the first one dies, I can just make the second and put this one back in if I absolutely have to. I play the one Honor Arc. If I had a second Castell, I would play it. However, well, I should rephrase that. If I had two ulti Castells, I would play it, but in the meantime, I'm playing the one, and this has some purpose. Like, in some situation, is better than Castell, but most of the time, I'd rather just have the second Castell. The one Cowboy for game, like I said, the Castell, if I had a second ulti, I'd play two, but I only have one right now, so. The one Diamond Direwolf, it is my favorite XYZ, because it's for 2 force, it's literally an out to anything. One Exciton Knight, it's still a very good card. I do play the one Heartland Draco. I don't play any continuous spells in the deck, but the mere fact that I'm burning you for 1500 for most of the time anyway, and a Monk gets me a card that can hit you for game if you're at 2000 or less, I feel like you need to play it. The one Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon because it's the only real beater in your deck, and it gets over a lot of problem cards. And then the one Stellar Knight Constellar Diamond because it's really good against the Shaddoll matchup, and it's really good against the Burning Abyss matchup. Okay. And that was my Volcanic deck profile, guys. Like I said, that deck's still in testing for this format because I'm trying to figure out like if it's still worth. Like it's still a very good deck. It's just like I don't know. Lost of the Lava Chain really hurt the deck in terms of its like consistency. Like it's still a very consistent deck, but I feel like it's just a little bit harder to set up. But like I said, I'm going to continue to play it. It's one of my favorite archetypes to play so far. It matches my playstyle very well. And like I said, I'm going to be bringing you more deck profiles. The very next one I'm probably going to bring you is my Destiny Hero deck profile. Because like I said, I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it, and I finally found a build that I like. So I will bring that to you. And then I will probably bring you a version of the Hero deck profile that I promised you a long time ago. I just haven't had any time to put it together and play it. And I can't find a build that I like. But like I said, I am TheSuperNamek, and this is the Duel Factory. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Later.